Dojo Media Show. What's up? Yo.
Yeah. We can have the guest do the intro for once if we want.
Nah. You guys do that. I think the one is doing something to me already.
Nice.
I'm joking. It's just me.
So, this is the Dojo Media Show. I'm Raphael, and this is the co-host, Logan. And today we got Solomon on to talk about his life as a fashion designer.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about how you started in this line of work?
Yeah. Interesting. First of all, Salomon Janvier, that's my name. And I've been designing for about 8 years now. I started like in year 12 when I was still in high school. And initially it was more of a charity. I wanted to start a label of just t-shirts. And the tagline was like, the brand was Mojo Living. It was like great teas, great cause. That was the initial idea, but I wanted to do something more on the high end of side of fashion. So here we are, 8 years into it, and we're still at the beginnings. Finally.
Yeah. Like what exactly goes into being a fashion designer? So that's you conceptualize what a piece of clothing looks like, and then so how much of the process is the designing process? Yeah,
like that's a good question. But before we get to that process, I think it's more about reflecting a time, an emotion, and bring that to life. So I think the sketching, now it's the easy part. I think first of all is having the concept right. It's like I want to talk about this. I want people to feel this kind of emotions. I think I spent a lot of time on there first before I'm to create, so I can get the emotions right. Because for me, it's an emotional sort of thing. It's like art is to be shared. So I go and find the deep part of myself, and I bring it to the people, and hopefully they can get those same feelings as well. But obviously by creating dope garments, it's always very extravagant, but there's a story to it.
Yeah. So like what's an example of a story you've shown in a piece of your clothing or something?
So far I've done 3 collections. I'll tell you the names. The first collection was called The Birth of More Love, as I believe, why I started the brand is to give back to the world.
Yeah.
See, giving 30% of profit to help people get medical aids in Congo. So that's what the first collection is called, The Birth of More Love, because this is literally what we are. We're giving ourselves to the world. And the second collection was called The Lost Hand, which was about when my country got taken by Belgium, and which was run by King Leopold II at that time. And so I think was for me as an artist for that collection is me talking about segregation and discrimination, not by pointing fingers, but by taking people back in time and show those emotions and how they still relate today.
Yeah.
And the last piece that I did was called I Hate That I Love You, which there's so much to it, but it's like, it's like we're all in love with this thing, but it's so much from us. I was talking about my love for fashion, the love that I have for myself, and also the love that I have that I had for this girl. But the result is still the same, You can only feel pain if you're in love, if you truly care about a certain thing.
Yeah.
That can be your career.
Like what do they say? The opposite of love is apathy, not hate. You can only hate if you've loved before.
That is good.
Yeah.
That is good. That is good.
I didn't make that up. Just
100%. And that's what I think with the title as well. I was like, this is a really interesting title because like you said, I hate that I love you.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, ooh.
It's got a lot of feeling behind it.
Yeah, it's like everyone was was concerned, but at the same time they were interested, they were intrigued by it. I think people kind of sort of like understood slightly what that meant, but obviously I did right.
Did that name just come to you, or did you have to think deeply about it?
No, I had to think deeply about it.
Yeah.
I think, but I wouldn't say I thought too deep about it. I think it was already an emotion that's already there, and I thought like, what's the best way for me to say the title without saying too much, but saying a lot at the same time.
And what made you realize that? So these 3 things in your life, you kind of realized you were putting energy into, you were getting good energy back, but sometimes also
negative.
Negative.
That's a good question. I think when the whole thing started, like when I thought about doing this collection in particular, I think it was after I just did. It was a few months after I did another show called "This the Lost Hands." But I was very unsatisfied with the work in terms of execution, so I headed myself a lot forward, and I'm like, man, how did you do this? Like, how did you fuck up this thing that you love so much? And like, of course, caused me a lot of stress. And at that time too, I was also there's a girl that I really liked. But I never kind of got the same energy from that too, and I beat myself up to it for it, and I blame myself for things that I don't do right. You know what I mean? Things that I think I could have done better. So it's like a trinity of three different emotions, but it's almost a way of like. It's a bundle of emotions, different questions you ask yourself when you in that particular moment when everything is the thing that you care about the most is not going right.
Yeah.
So it's like, I hate that I love you.
You know?
Yeah.
Now that I like know you pretty well and we've like chatted a lot, the name really makes sense with your personality.
Yeah.
Like you just like such a perfectionist about things. Like it's easy to feel those bad feelings when things don't work out exactly how you planned.
Like what? Yeah. So where are you still a perfectionist to this day, and it still gets in the way, or?
No, that's interesting. That's a good question.
Because in my experience, I used to be a bit of a perfectionist, and it just meant that it stopped me from doing certain things because it's like, okay, I can't do a backflip, right? So I'm not going to do a backflip because I can't do it. I'm not going to be perfect at it, so I won't do it. It's kind of, do you find it gets in your way, or it's more the things that you're giving a go?
I think that's a very good way to put it. But I think for me, I still feel like we're still a very early start of the career, which we still are. So I'm very early in the career. So I think it's about working out the whole puzzle really in the execution. It's not I think with how I think about these ideas, I think about the whole lot, and mostly for the emotions that I want to leave for the other person to come. So it's a combination of this, and that to make that person feel this emotion.
Yeah.
So I think I kind of do a bit too much in terms of like, because I want it to be a wow kind of thing.
Do you think you're trying to almost force an emotion too much? Not like force it, but
yeah.
Do you think that
not necessarily
you're not
an
leaving?
emotion. I wouldn't say forcing emotions, but I would say force the work. I think there's a way I can simplify things.
Yeah.
I think there's definitely a way.
I felt like from your last event, you needed like a whole team to run it. Like there was so many elements to it. But I'm impressed, like for what you could do on your own. Sure.
100%.
Yeah.
You're very right. Definitely a team. Because like for people that do big shows, the teams it's big teams.
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
were telling me like millions of dollars gone to like one fashion show.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
I was pretty shocked, even though it makes sense.
It makes it's like there's so much that goes into it. I think, but I spent a lot on the shows, but like when the last couple of weeks, like getting to the show, it's so busy every come. I was not even here most of the time. I was overseas, So it's kind of hard to keep track of everything. I had an assistant. She was amazing. She did a lot of work, like most of the work while I was away. But even that is still not enough. There's so many different factors, so many things that come to place. So I think there's definitely a way I should be able to simplify things, or because if you don't simplify things, time your time is just gone. Yeah.
I remember we did the open fashion show event, and I was sending you edits while you're in Bali. Late at night, you're getting back to me while you're doing like a million other things. It's like this man is always doing something.
Yeah.
Would you say you're like someone who never stops? You're always like making something, coming up with new ideas.
Yeah. I mean, I would say that used to be me.
Yeah.
But I think over the last couple of months, it's been quite different. I think I'm learning to be more patient with myself, because it's very easy in this creative industry. It's very easy because it's like constantly seeing other creatives, and like you got it, the mind. You got like I want to be up there. I want to do this. I want to do this. But it's like, you gotta. It's hard to. It's a very hard thing to do, to just taking day by day, but actually, can you actually do nothing for a week?
Yeah.
Get this right, because by the end of the day, your mind is your biggest like, this is your biggest like everything. This is your biggest money maker.
Yeah.
Everything. Your mental health is very important. I
Yeah.
think, this industry comes with a lot. So I think, by making sure now it's more about doing less projects, but making sure that everything is balanced.
Yeah.
What's going on here, the relationship with your family, friends, everyone, everything does play a big part.
Has there been like a time where you were just too busy to spend time with family?
Yes.
So you were just hustling. Yeah.
Yes. I think there's been times where, big time. I think now, actually, the last, I'll say the last 4 months, I'm spending a lot of time with family.
Yeah.
That's when, after the show, and a lot of things didn't go right my way.
Should we, just give a bit of like backstory on what happened?
Yeah, okay. I think
For a minute.
that's important. Yeah.
Yeah.
So did the show called "I Hate That I Love You,"
Yeah.
man, from what the idea was, what I was planning.
Yeah.
This is from like even from how many looks are in the collection, so how many models I casted. I casted over I think on 33 models, different models, and this is like
How many outfits?
35.
Yeah.
I don't do 35 outfits. The models, the venue where I first wanted to have the show up before there were some complications last minute, so I had to change. To my manufacturer over in Bali, I did 2 trips over there, and so I wanted to create. I Hate That I Love You was a collection. This was on my last collection here in Brisbane. So I put like everything. Like I've never worked so hard to bring something to life. You know what I mean? And I was like, because I've done 2 shows before, and I know what I've done wrong. So now I have the knowledge of like, this is what I've done wrong. Yeah. So I
Thought this was the one.
Yeah. So even with the timing, everything, I'm like, cool, we got it now. Yeah. And for you to create this grand thing which is not just for me, but for the people, I want to leave Brisbane. Before I leave Brisbane, I want to leave with something. And to do the show and nothing to go right, nothing to go right. And
Pretty humbling experience. Pretty humbling experience.
Very, very, very humbling experience. Like,
what exactly do you mean when nothing went right, though? Like from the context of someone that has no idea how a fashion show goes.
Yeah.
So you show up in the morning. What's the scenario?
Yeah, actually, I arrived here. At 9 a.m. 9 a.m. in the morning. I already knew things are going to be wrong. So my flight from Bali to here, literally I arrived on the day of the show. There's a lot of complications back with my manufacturers. And man, some shit went wrong over there. That's all I can say. And on the way back, I already feel, I already know everything that's going to go wrong. I already know like this, we don't have this. So there was a big mess up with the female collection. So the day before I came here, that's when they finally presented it to me. But I was there the whole time. And my point of being there with the manufacturer, so I can be there in the whole time of production. So I can be directing these where things got to be here like this. But they wouldn't let me go to that particular manufacturer. And so me coming back knowing that the female collection is not done, it's like, what am I going to do? There's like 16 female models. And so I'm on a plane. Man, I couldn't even play music. It's like a 5-hour flight. 5.5 hour flight. I didn't even play me. I was just there in stress.
Just living anxiety.
Man, anxiety. I felt, this was the first time I had a panic attack, So I felt nauseous. And I think I told you this story. And I got up to go to the bathroom, because I feel like I was going to vomit. As I got up, I started walking there. Everything just went blank, like white. I could see nothing.
So it was kind of like a movie?
Oh man, I felt like I was in a movie. those scenes that everything go blank and then they kind of show you.
You just hear that white noise.
Yeah. Yeah. But I was pretty, bro. I was like, yo, this is like something you see in a movie. Yeah. And I'm just there. I'm trying to keep it together because I was so weak. Like I was so weak. I feel like I was gonna fall over. Like. Yeah. And I'm like, I think it was after 10 seconds of me just standing there holding the thing. the seats. I wonder what those people are thinking. I was sitting there like, what the fuck is up with this guy?
Too much to drink. Yeah.
Yo, what did he have? What kind of drugs were you on?
You were.
But I'm like, I'm just stressed, bro.
Yeah.
I walked to I finally got my vision back. I start walking there to the bathroom. There's like 2 people waiting. I'm like, this is a mess. What do I do? Because I'm so weak. And then I was holding one of the walls on the plane, and I was praying, man. I was praying. I'm like, yo, God, give me the
Did you
strength.
hear a message from God?
Hey, man.
Did he speak
I
to you?
think God answered me in. I would say definitely give me the strength, because I was so weak that I'm just like, I don't know if I can do this any longer. And the last thing I wanted is to make a scene on a plane, because I still gotta come here for a show, I don't want to go to the hospital. So, but I was there playing, and I think it took like 5 minutes. I finally able to go in there, and all I just needed was space. I didn't even vomit or anything. I just went there.
Yeah.
I think it's about 5 minutes there. I was able to breathe properly. I came back. I think it was like an hour later. Something kind of happened again, but I just holding on the seat. I was just holding on the seat. But I think so I already know it's gonna be bad before coming. So from that on, the rehearsals were very late for the models, so the models took so they were there since 11 or 12 p.m. and man, they were waiting for so long. So and the show didn't start until 2 hours later. So that was another thing. There was from the old venue, which was the week prior that we had a drink package deal for 2 hours. People could drink for free. Like no, we couldn't get the deal at that venue. They couldn't even have someone there even for people to buy alcohol. So it's for the people. It seemed like I oversold on this event.
People were definitely in a great mood getting there. They're like,
oh man,
tonight's gonna go off.
People were excited. I think because he filmed the show. So watching back the video, I'm watching how many people were there, how excited people were, and for me to under-deliver, but it's not all on my side. Things do happen when you're running these events. It's like, what the fuck, But it's always
things are just out of your control.
Things out of my control.
So many things.
Yeah, but I see. But now, as the creator, as the person running these events, you gotta look back and see how we can minimize those things to happen in the future. And this is what I did before for it to happen again. So it was very ironic that a show that is called "I Hate That I Love You." I'm talking about the exact thing, just for that thing to happen even harder than ever before. So I think it was
made the idea even stronger in your head.
Yeah, it's like, yo, how much do you really love me? This is what the thing that I love is telling me.
So next song gonna be like, I absolutely hate that I love you.
But
no.
Was a lot of what went wrong was out of your control, and so obviously you're disappointed at that side of things. Did you actually get negative feedback? Did you hear that other people were let down?
Okay.
I got some savage comments.
Yeah, some savage comments. But to be honest, I never saw most of it. At that time, I was not on Instagram.
Yeah.
So, but people will send me like a screenshot. People are saying, and I won't even go and look at those screenshots because at that time also because believe it or not, I started feeling. I knew things were gonna go wrong before the show even started. Yeah. So I already knew. I already expected all this to happen.
Yeah.
I think in the matter where things started happening, it's like I was just out there trying to. And there's other things in the background as well, but it's you're already in a state of like, I already know what's going on and I'm trying to fix it, but I don't know how to.
Yeah.
I don't have a solution just yet on the table, you know what I mean? So, and that took the negative things to start coming in. I'm like, I'm not going to look into that. I'm not even going to, I don't even have enough energy to entertain me. Yeah, to entertain other critics and stuff, which is I already knew was going to be like that. So I think I just had to have a tough skin and trying to just hold it in, just keep moving forward, which is, life gets hard, man. It's very interesting watching yourself in that space. Yeah. And, I can talk about it easily because this is months after, That's what I was talking about before, like patience, learning how to be patient with yourself. Yeah. Because when things are happening, then you want to have an answer, then you want to have a solution, then you're like, because time, but it's like, it doesn't work like that. Yeah. For these things, you gotta allow it, Feel the emotions, because that's the only way you can become stronger as a person, grow wiser. You gotta be able to go through it. I think, when things are going wrong, most of the time we try to
push it away.
But for our own development, I think we gotta be able to take it in and understand that with time we're gonna heal.
Well, you definitely still seem like passionate about it though. So
Right.
how were you able to maintain that? Did that go away for a little bit?
Nah,
No?
you can't. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the
So
only
you
thing
think that's what's made you have that realization is just the love of the craft, basically? You just need to get back out there.
the love of the
keep doing it.
craft, and it's like,
You're a man with big visions.
yeah, big visions. Big vision comes with big cost. But it's you know what? Like, there's a thing that makes everyone start something big. I think for me, this has never been. Although I tell my story in it, like I love to tell my story within the work, because why should you look anywhere else to tell a story when there's so much that happened within us already? So I bring that to life. But in terms of from how the brand started, it was never about me starting a brand to help people. And I believe by telling any story, having a discussion, anything that people can leave an event or a function and to be in the car, to be talking about it, I think you've done something there to make people talk about that afterwards. Because now people's attention span is so short, you know what I mean? But I get people who come, they're like, the Lost End, which is like a project I did in 2021, but people will talk about the name. They actually even know the name, they know what it's about.
Yeah.
So I think that, it's like, cool. It's not about me. It's about the people as well. It's so much about the people, because I want to, I don't know, I think as a creative, I feel like I have something to say. I have something to say. So I think I can't stop saying things now, because then again, who's going to be saying things in the world we live in today?
Yeah.
I actually really admire that about you. Like, that actually gave me goosebumps a bit, because like a lot of people nowadays don't put everything into stuff. You know what I mean? Like, they kind of just settle, and like everyone wants to work on that next project and stuff. And like you have said that that's kind of what you wanted to do, is keep working on things. But like the attention to detail is amazing. Like, it's something to aspire to.
100%.
And
no, thank you.
yeah. Do you feel like for the next one you're gonna go even harder?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
Simpler but harder.
Yeah.
Keep it
Yeah. Yeah.
So actually, I guess now that there's a bit of context. Sorry. So
good.
what exactly would you do to simplify it next time? Less.
That's
less
a very good
outfits,
question.
or-
Good question. Oh.
It's like you're making 35 outfits. That's
Yeah, but that's that was like initially there was 70 looks, so I designed 70 looks. That's a lot. So I cut down. I think I first cut that to 45. Man, it's not an easy process cutting looks, because everything looks amazing. You get
But then how
it's all
much
yours.
how much does the fabric cost?
Oh
It's like
my God.
each.
Like most of my collection, even the last collection, is mostly leather and silk, and it's not like any normal leather. It's like
premium. Yeah.
premium,
Good
top.
stuff.
So like you see, the average probably a meter of leather is probably $50. That's the average leather.
Yeah.
Now you're thinking about spending, but I'm glad I was got this made in Bali, but I wouldn't say it's still cheap. Like these pieces, samples are going for $400, $500 just to make.
Yeah.
See, so that's not necessarily like cheap. Obviously, I'm not trying to do like a cheap brand. I'm more quality, longevity within the items. But what was the question? I think you were asking if how to simplify the next collection. That's a very good question. To be honest, it's still in the works.
Yeah.
It's in the works. I can say anything here, but if what actually happens in the next one don't happen, then it's bullshit. It's all bogus, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think.
So have you started on it already, or you're just
No,
waiting for
I haven't.
inspiration?
Oh,
Yeah.
you're moving
No.
to Melbourne soon. So
Yeah, I'm moving
Got a
Melbourne in
new
March.
adventures.
Yeah, I'm not waiting for inspiration actually. Like I just gotta choose which one I want to do.
Okay.
Because I have I think I said list a lot, and it's the ideas that's already developed. But what I mean ideas, this is not sketches though. That's what I said before. It's like
It's the
the
message.
first, yeah, the message, yeah. So we built that message first, and I built a lot of them. Like I think when it comes to picking, just like what feels right for now, and you know your body, like you know it within yourself. Like when you go through, you go like this what needs to happen now,
Yeah.
and you gotta follow that. So it's exciting. I'm excited to see what's gonna be next.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what's gonna be next. Yeah.
So once you've decided the message, what is the next process? Like, do you follow sort of a step by step, or
Yeah,
so
I
once you've got
kind
the
of have it.
message,
I
you
kind of have it.
sketch it, or
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. That's actually a very good question. No one has ever asked this question.
I'll shout out to my girlfriend. She's really into fashion design.
Oh, yeah?
And I was like, what should I ask him?
Oh, that's dope. That's great. See, now
She was like, do you storyboard? Do you do things like that, or like collage or anything like
no,
that?
I actually
or?
don't. I
Okay.
don't. I don't do collage. I don't. So like after this, so when I picked this one, I'm gonna go for. So I think for every collection that the last 2 projects I've done, I think I'll book an Airbnb somewhere. I'll go for like 2 days or 3 days.
That's
And-
awesome.
Yeah, it's
I
cool.
want to do that all the
Oh,
time.
honestly, it's the most.
Is that
so-
you go somewhere in Brisbane or like out of the city? Or?
Yeah, I like Noosa.
Yeah.
You know,
Somewhere with nature.
the last 10, I went somewhere in Brisbane actually.
Yeah.
I think at the time I was still living with my parents. Yeah, I still live with my parents. No, was I? No, I wasn't actually. No, I was actually. I was still living with my parents. So
Yeah.
I booked a place. It was somewhere in Brisbane, but it was a very quiet area. And you're there, and then you have to like immerse yourself in the idea. You have to become it. Like you have to become in the idea so much that when it's time to sketch, you don't have to think about it. Everything just automated. It's like because you spend so much time learning it. It's like that's why.
Do you even like have your phone on during those days? Or you
I
just,
do. I mean, music. Eh?
I mean, no,
Yeah,
I
I
mean
was
like
gonna say, what can get you in the mood? Is it music? Is it different
Yes,
things every time?
yes. I have a playlist.
Okay.
And I'll give a shout out to one of my favorite artists. Her name is Sevdaliza. She's this Iranian Dutch singer, and her music.
I'll have to listen after.
Oh man, there's an album. Yes, I'm plugging everyone out right now.
Yeah.
Her album called Izone. I think there's probably this came out ages ago, but it's that album, man. Yes, he has taken me through a lot of dark times, especially. But when creating as well, I can just when I hear any song from it, I just become it. It's a mixture of both like dark, very dark, lyrics and some very soft lyrics. It's all at once. The instrumental is crazy. The violin, everything is like I'm in emotion. So when I go like 3 days away from, whatever my little getaway to become that collection, the music gotta make sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But after that, it's like from then now, you are the work. You are the project. You become the project. And you don't gotta think about it. So that's why, because you become the project so much. So from that moment on to the point where you actually do the show, this can be like a year, it can be a month, whatever. You become so much of that idea. So for it not to go right, you can imagine
What
how
comes first? Like colors, patterns, just different things every time.
it's different every time.
Yeah.
It's different every time because stories are different.
Yep.
Yeah, depending on what story you're trying to tell. There's stories that speak more of color. There's stories that speak more of the fabric.
Yeah.
The drape. There's stories that speak more on the shape. It can be like really bold, strong shoulders, and and that's quite different. Actually, that's what I had in the last collection. There's a lot of strong shoulders, like big shoulders, and that there was a story in that within itself. So I think every collection it differs, and only your heart knows from whichever direction it comes, you take it that way, and that's the direction you take.
Where do you like get inspiration from being in Brisbane? Because it's not like the most fashionable city in the world.
Inspiration in fashion, like
Yeah, I mean, like just you don't like walk around the city and see the outfits you see in New York or London. Like, do you just have to find stuff online, or do you like look out for stuff in Brisbane?
I don't look for inspiration anywhere.
Just inside.
Yeah, we went. Yeah, literally.
Why is that? Do you think you'll copy someone else?
Yeah, you see what? Like, I'm a self-taught designer. Yeah, so I didn't go to fashion school or anything, but I think there is obviously when I started out, I'm like trying to see as much inspiration as I can because I want to be better. Like I didn't even know how to sketch a t-shirt. You know what I mean? And with time, yeah, you're learning. Oh, finally, I can do it. I can do that, and you're learning also. But like it was very hard for me to sketch my own t-shirt, like my own design on a t-shirt, because there's been so many. I've seen so many t-shirts. Like the mood board is so filled with that. So when it came for me to actually sketch my own t-shirt, I couldn't do it because I'm like, oh, this is not good. I can just copy that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I can just do that. Like, but for me. Now, man, because I love being different and being unique. I embrace it. Like living in Brisbane in terms of like style, whatever. Like, yo, it doesn't matter what day it is. I would dress up, you know.
Yeah, for reference, it's like fucking 37 degrees today, and you're dressed so hot.
Yeah,
I was expecting the boots.
he's like,
It's got the classic Salomon boots.
yeah, with the Cuban heels. But it's Nah, like in terms of inspiration, I know it sounds a bit like, oh, maybe I'm out myself, whatever. That I don't find inspiration anywhere. Of course, I appreciate style. You know, I see, you know, like fashion weeks, whatever. I watch all that.
Yeah.
Like in Paris or Milan, I watch what people are wearing.
Yeah.
But I don't get inspired by that. I love to see that because it's more they're like in my community, you know, my fashion community. But I think. The greatest inspiration will always gonna come within, and I've spent a lot of time there too to develop that for your brain. Just think about this is your own little thing, but also developing your own design identity. I think once you already have your own design identity, you don't necessarily have to look at it anywhere else. Like you already got it.
How long did that take to develop? Do you think?
Like,
did you have it by your first collection?
No,
surely not.
No. Definitely not. Yeah. But
which like you have to do that to get it out of the way.
100%.
Yeah.
And I still feel it's gonna change over the years. You know, what I mean, we grow. As we grow, we change, we develop. Change is good. They say change is bad. Like, oh, you should never change. Nah.
Yeah.
You gotta embrace change when it's necessary.
Yep.
And with design, you gotta embrace. Man, in 10 years, fashion is going to be the same as now. So if I still design things that I'm designing now, then either I'm not creative or I just simply don't want to embrace change. So, but that's my inspiration comes within. Within. See, like how can I tell that story so much? Oh, so what I wanted to say earlier, it's imagine you've never seen a car before. Ever. You never seen a vehicle, you know? They just tell you to design a vehicle. They'll not even tell you, someone just give you a project, design a vehicle. Not a car, a vehicle. You're probably not gonna design this car you see today if you never ever seen a car before. So when it comes to design, it's like you put a certain mindset in. I'm like, imagine I'm a child with a pure mind, never seen any of this before. What would I create? What kind of t-shirt would I create if I've never seen a t-shirt before? That is the state of mind I try to put myself in as much as possible so that I can like purify my mind so much so I'm only stuck to the idea. The design that I create only inspired by the idea and the message that I'm trying to bring out.
Yeah. When you're a kid, there's no limitations. You don't care about people judging you and stuff.
100%.
And everything's fresh.
That's
too.
good.
Everything that you see is new and fresh.
We should look at that with like making films and
100%.
Oh, no, that's a really good mindset to have.
Because when you even come up with film ideas, you're like, what's this person gonna think? Sort of like thinking about the audience too much instead of like. But yeah, one thing I wanted to say is like you have this air of confidence about you for sure. Like when I first saw you at a party, it was like walking in there with your awesome outfit and everything. I just want to know, like, you've obviously got that with your fashion, and that's a really important part of like being a model, which you've done a lot of. Were you always like that? Were you a confident guy in high school or primary school?
I've always been I was in high school. I've always been a confident guy in high school because I was very good at sport. I was actually a sport captain in school.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, like ever since high school, I've always been a confident person. I've always like
Yeah.
being very good with people. I'll say I'm trying to think back when I was younger. I was cool. I was good with people. But I was also like a quiet kid.
You were quiet. at some
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
I want to know about that and like how that changed.
Yeah, I think like in school I will like talk more like when I'm on my sporty friends, like at lunch, blah, blah, but in school I think I was very quiet, and I've like I was not bad in primary school. I gotta say I was a smart kid,
Yeah.
but I was like very like
Yeah.
just kept everything to myself, like not in people's business or anything. So I think with high school, like I was sport, you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
when you're playing sport,
But sport more than the artistic.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like literally like I wanted to become a professional football player.
Oh, okay.
This was until like 2019. Like that was still the dream. Like I was very good. I was very good at soccer. Very, very good. But I had here we go.
Had an injury?
The typical story. An injury.
I was
Oh Lord.
I was gonna make it to the national team. then
Yeah, I
got hurt.
was actually was going to. But like
Yeah.
that was I think. But I was very good though, you know what I mean? Like with sport though, with soccer, I loved soccer so much.
So you would have been playing in England by now.
Oh yeah.
you hadn't have got
like in
injured.
2015, I think that's when I had there was not sure. They thought it was a hernia. I was supposed to go do trials in the UK. I was gonna go there for 3
Are you
weeks.
serious?
Yeah,
know you were that
I was
good. I was
16
joking.
then. I was 16 then.
For who?
Yeah.
What team?
I was gonna trial. I think it was Southampton. It was like 3 teams.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wow.
trial. They academy teams and stuff like that. So soccer was my thing. And even 2018, I trialed for under 21 soccer rules. Yeah, this is when I was 19. Yeah. It's good player. Good player. Go. I can say this freely. Go check out my highlights.
Do you still play casually?
No, I still play casually. I
Oh,
played.
let's play sometime, man.
Yeah, I actually played over the weekend.
Yeah.
the AFCON, it's like African tournament. That was last week on Saturday. Yeah, I played the first game. I play like every week, like futsal, like indoor football.
Yeah.
Just like that's social, just good fun. But like I played on the weekend for that tournament. It was good, and I pulled my hammy second game. Yeah, typical. That's why we don't play
Tough
anymore, bro.
Yeah,
I don't pull my hammy designing
At
clothes.
least, yeah, in fashion you can't really get injured.
Yeah, just get a big,
mentally.
just get a big bleeding heart.
Yeah.
Just on the inside.
Yeah.
Well, so it was
Emotional game.
once you got some injuries is when you
Yeah,
discovered
like
fashion or
to be honest, like the this is 2018, yeah. So this was like after the trials, yeah. I went back. I had a club training, and so the training was about to be over. Listen, literally 5 minutes on the clock left. But I was one of the juniors in the team. You always gotta prove yourself. I was already. This is the first team. I was playing Western Pride. Man, I went in for this tackle. It wasn't even necessary. I went for this tackle. Man, I did a tackle, was clean, but the guy ended up falling on my leg on that position. So my ankle was fucked. That's
Yeah.
why. And from then, because he made a sound, I was like, oh fuck,
what actually happened? What was the injury? Like
man.
Tore something, or-
I tore one of the tendons. Yeah, so that was an 8 months injury. But you know what? But
you still feel it ever?
Nah, no. I mean, it's been a lot of years now.
Because I've got
What's
some
the-
tendon injuries here. I still like half my thumb's numb. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, I damaged
From your
the nerves
basketball
and
days?
things. Nah, wasn't a cool story.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
but mine was not a full tear. Not
Yeah,
a full
right,
tear. But
right.
also we had a great rehab program. So the whole time it was
I
like,
suppose you were pretty young too, so
yeah, it was. But like also,
Yeah.
but how life works is like that was also the best thing that happened because like football taking too much of my time, like a lot of my time for me to be able to juggle both. Because I was already designing at this point. Like I started like designing like 2 years prior to that as well. So, but that was the first time I was able
I like about creative stuff is you can do it until you're like 90, till you're dead, really.
Literally.
The sport, you can't really be playing when you're
Nah,
90.
you just keep going until the inspiration stops.
Literally,
if you're the right
literally.
person, the inspiration will never
But-
stop. So
I
Yeah.
thought I was going to be a soccer player for a while.
Oh yeah, what position were you playing?
On the mid, like on the right wing.
it was
I
my
was
first. It was
moving
my
around.
first sport too. But yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just
I
wasn't
love
too
it.
good.
I love
I moved to
playing.
basketball. Yeah,
baller.
yeah.
Who's your favorite player?
Oh, favorite player? I mean, Kobe fan for sure.
Oh,
like, from
yeah?
back in the day. But
Yeah.
I just love the game. So like heaps of the current dudes, I'm super
Yeah.
into. Like I watch all of it.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask: is there anything that intimidates you either like creatively or like, because you are so confident, you're so like, you've got this go-getter attitude.
Yeah.
What are you nervous about?
That's a very good question.
No one's ever asked you that either.
Shit, I don't know. What intimidates me?
You're scared of like crocodiles?
Shit.
Yeah, like
Yo, swimming.
swimming.
Water.
Water?
I can't swim for shit, you know what I mean?
Really?
Nah, but it doesn't intimidate me, no. What intimidates me? That's a very good question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Even with Melbourne, I was like, is it going to take you time to sort shit out? And you're like, nah, I got this.
Yeah,
I got
man.
Yeah, so what's the plan with the move? Are you moving there for any specific like personal reasons or just?
No. For that was the plan. I was supposed to move actually quite like 2 years ago,
Yeah.
like, but it never
Didn't happen.
That never did happen. You know what I mean? Like, but now, like in March I'm planning on moving, and I'm actually quite excited for the whole like new venture, new people, because like Brisbane is very small, and I've lived here like for half of my life now. I'm 24, 12 years here, 12 years in Tanzania. And
So the next 12 is in Melbourne?
I don't know.
Do you go by 12s?
Nah, definitely not the next 12. I think it's either between Melbourne or Sydney. But nah, Melbourne.
It has to be Melbourne. As a Melbourner,
Yeah.
don't go to Sydney.
Yeah, I used to be living in Melbourne. What should I move to, bro? Put me on.
You're saying about St Kilda, which is a sick area. Fitzroy, Brunswick. Those are the areas to go.
It's way more. It's more fashion orientated there than
Yeah, for
Sydney,
sure.
right? Yeah.
I don't
Just
know.
more. I remember a story. Like I remember, I've been to Melbourne once just for a job. I was only there for a day.
You notice the difference?
Well, just what got me was I walked past the McDonald's and there was a lady outside the McDonald's literally sitting in the doorway, like drawing on the ground with crayons and stuff. I was like, man, if you were in Brisbane, people would just walk straight through that.
Oh,
they would like
man.
mess that up. But no one was. People were walking around her like
Sacred.
there was
See, the
this, a small
respect.
tiny gap in the thing, and everyone's
Yeah.
just like squeezing through.
Yeah.
to not touch her artwork. I was like, damn, that just doesn't happen here.
That's the
right? Like,
respect for art there, right?
Yeah.
I love that
Yeah.
for artists.
It's like
I think,
music every day of the week.
yeah,
Melbourne.
there were like buskers, a dude like by the river with heaps of different paintings. I'm sure anyone that's been to Melbourne probably knows. They're like,
Yeah.
I see that guy every day. But to me, I'm like, man, this is crazy.
Yeah.
But it's such a vibe. You need to
Yeah.
go for longer than a day though. Have you been for like extended periods of time?
Yeah,
So you
I
don't
was-
even know where you're moving over there? You just,
No, I do. I was what week is this? And I was there not last weekend, the weekend before that.
Okay.
I went there for a wedding. I was one of the groomsmen.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was a great wedding. And last year I was there for 3 weeks. My older brother lives in Melbourne.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no. I'll go and I'll normally go there for fashion weeks. Like when it's fashion week, I'll go there, and then I show up and I'm like, yo, who got this swag like me? Nah, but it's good to be there, just like meet people and
Yeah. What excites you the most about moving there?
moving there.
Somewhere new.
Is it mostly the fashion scene that you're
Uh,
excited about?
Nah, I think I'm excited about the fashion scene. I want to meet new people
Yeah.
because I haven't met new people here in a while. Like,
Yeah.
What do you
in
think?
Brisbane.
What do you think new people are going to bring you? Just new opportunities. Like,
It's not even opportunities. Even like I think
It's just fun to meet new people.
it's fun
Yeah,
meeting
it's
new people, but I
inspiring.
think meeting new people with different perspective.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that is the thing that I want
Yeah.
to see.
Would you want to know like how they view your work?
Not about my work.
Not about you.
Because to be honest,
I've been thinking this recently because I've probably in the last like 2 months I've probably just met the most different people from like different areas of life, and you just hear I learned so much. I filmed like a guy's bonsai trees yesterday. I knew nothing about bonsai trees, But
Yeah,
it's like no, I know a little bit about that, and it's like
Yeah.
I think it just creatively it opens your mind up so much because
Yeah.
you have new stories to tell because you've taken more in, and I
Yeah.
think that's.
But
like-
then also having been here for so long, you're like used to it. So like your life's gonna be different. It's gonna be exciting.
100%. Yeah.
I'm excited for you. I wanna
Thank you, bro.
see what you're
I'm
up
excited.
to. I want to see what you're up to.
Shit, when is next year? Like a month and a half?
Yeah,
A month?
it's-
It's like
it's
it's
not
like
long.
literally a month ago.
It's not long.
A month. Well, no, like
Yeah.
basically.
So when are you actually moving? Like January? or-
March.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
So
This
from-
episode will probably
it's
come out
coming
in January, so that'll be
Oh yeah.
pretty close. It'll almost be
Yeah,
done. Almost
very
be done.
close.
Yeah.
Nah, it's,
We're talking about the best noodles in Fortitude Valley. Where's the
Yeah.
best, where's the best noodles in Melbourne that he can-
exactly. That I should be finding. Wow. I should, now I gotta start the search that before when I get home. Like, yo, what's the best noodles?
Unfortunately, I'm not like your typical Melbourner that just like
Don't drink coffee. Like,
Come on.
I'm a Melbourner at heart, but I'm not like your typical.
You like
Melbourne.
AFL?
I do.
Oh, you do?
I like watching it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, go the Hawks. But
Yeah, are you into that at all? You're gonna have to be around that time of year, I think.
just sport in general.
I don't know.
Melbourne's
Hey,
a sporty
fake
place.
until you make it now.
Yeah.
True.
But I watched the State of Origin itself.
Yeah, no one cares about rugby.
Yeah,
though.
they're not one of the states of origin, are they?
They don't have it. They don't have it. But, nah, I was just in soccer earlier. But you know, what's the other Melbourne things I should learn?
They're more into architecture.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure.
I love architecture.
Yeah, but
Architecture
definitely,
could surely inspire clothing.
definitely
too.
obsessed with their
100%.
You
coffees.
see certain shapes.
Yeah.
You're gonna have like the weirdest coffee orders.
Yeah.
You're gonna have like people judging you based on.
I've
you
heard
drink.
that Brisbane's actually pretty on par with coffee these days, but I don't know.
Hopefully, no one in Melbourne's watching. I won't agree, but
How is the wine? Talk to me about the wine.
The
Come
wine.
on. How's the wine in Melbourne? Do you know?
not too sure.
Not too sure.
I
How
don't know.
old
I'm a bit basic with that.
How old were you when you moved from Melbourne to here?
How would I what?
How old?
19.
19?
Yeah.
Oh, true. Oh, yeah. At 19, you don't know too much about wine.
Yeah.
And how long have you lived in Brisbane?
8 years, or
8
just
years.
almost. I moved
8
in
years.
2016.
From
New Zealand.
New Zealand?
From-
Oh,
yeah.
where?
Auckland.
Auckland. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Auckland, yeah.
Used to drink really cheap wine back in the day. Like,
Yeah.
Goon
Because that's
sacks?
one thing. Nah, they don't have goon sacks over there. They sell alcohol in supermarkets and stuff.
Oh,
so
shit.
you can get like a bottle of wine for like $7, and it's not tasting good, but
Get some nice gossips here for like.
Yeah,
$4
but wine is normally like in cheap. They can get a bottle of wine for $10.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I drink cheap wine, yo.
Yeah.
Man, I wasn't
Wine
a
is
fan
wine.
of wine until I was at like a work dinner sometime last year, and someone got like a $300 bottle of wine.
God,
Does
that's
$300 wine
Actually,
taste
it was actually really nice.
I mean,
I don't like wine. It was
How
a
many
white
years
wine.
old?
It was. I have no idea. But man, shout out to actually someone. This is crazy. This is so unrelated. Someone that I do a bit of work for. I told him that I like a bit of rum. Rum's my spirit of choice, right? I like
Yeah.
rum cocktails, just rum. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm into rum. And he started just throwing all the, when someone just clearly knows so much more about you than something, and they just start throwing all these things at you, and I'm like,
like, oh,
I
shit.
don't really know what you're talking about.
What's
Yeah. Anyway, I went over to his house, and he takes me into his rum room, and he's got an entire wall with 3 shelves of like, he's got a Caribbean section, a Barbados section, like an Asian section of all just rums. He shows me this one that's bottled in like 1949. That's apparently the oldest bottle of rum in the world. I'm like, damn, people go. See, these are the conversations I'm having. You realize how far people can go into just
That is insane.
rum.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, wow.
I knew people got into
Dang.
it, but
Yeah.
and he's not like it's just a hobby.
Hmm.
And he's probably got over $100,000 of rum.
And that's the beauty of people, though. You know what I mean? You just don't know.
Yeah,
There's just so much you
never
don't know.
suspect it. I mean, probably looking at you, people can guess that you're into fashion.
Yeah, that's easy giveaway.
Yeah.
But it's like, who knows? Maybe I like, what else do I like?
What is the most surprising thing you like? What's a guilty pleasure?
Oh, fuck.
It's something no one knows.
Shit, I love donuts.
Donuts.
Donuts?
Yeah. That's
You're a donutier.
Huh?
Yeah, in Melbourne, they're pretty passionate about donuts.
Oh,
There's
for
some
real?
cool donut shops in Melbourne.
That's why I'm moving. For real?
Yeah, there is.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's a good and bad at the same time, because I gotta watch out my health.
Yeah. How's the gym?
Yeah, gym's good. I haven't gone.
I know you told me you were a runner too. You went on some good runs.
Yeah. I do a lot like long distance running as well. Like
So keeping the physical health is
So-
important.
100%.
So you like long distance
100%.
running and rewarding yourself with some donuts?
Not in that order. when I'm running a lot too, you know. Afterward, I just want to do everything healthy, but
Yeah.
donuts. I always get my donuts when it's unexpected. It's like, because I don't want to leave the house to go buy donuts, because I feel so guilty for doing that.
yeah.
If I'm somewhere, I see the donut shop.
Gotta go
I know it's always there, but I act like I just saw it. I'm like, oh, let me go check what's in there.
Mention that, yeah.
Yeah, what's 2? What, 3 for 10? What?
What's the best flavor?
Oh, man. The chocolate one,
Chocolate.
for sure.
I'm a jam-filled guy myself.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, jam-filled donuts.
Oh, man.
The gooey ones.
Thinking about it right now, I'm like, whew.
When we're gonna like try and reach out to dessert shops and make that our niche for a while.
Yeah.
But then there was no money there.
Yeah. Like, have you seen like cheeky waffles just around the corner in Fortitude Valley?
Oh, there's cheeky waffles?
Yeah, they got like dirty shaped waffles, like penis shaped waffles and stuff.
No way.
That'd be
So,
pretty funny.
how many times have you been there?
I haven't actually been there, to be honest. I should though.
True. Oh,
I'm
true.
sure it tastes good. I love
They
waffles.
actually like the experience. Seems like the marketing is good enough for us to be talking about it today, right?
That's it.
But this is a totally different note, but something I really wanted to talk to you about.
Yeah.
Is like I do a lot of work in different African communities, as some people know that watch our channel, and I found a lot of people find it really difficult moving to Australia to like pursue creative passions. For various reasons. They find like it's harder for them here because they're like a minority and things like that. But like with you, you've never really made that an issue.
Never, yeah.
You've always like, you work with so many people from different cultures with your fashion shows. I thought it'd be really interesting to touch on that a bit, about how you don't let like being from having a Congolese background limit you at all in Australia.
That is a very, very, very good question. And it's actually very necessary and important conversation to have. I think
very different to the donuts. Just
very, very different.
Bit of a change up, but something I really wanted to talk
Yeah,
about.
but that is true. That is true. There's a lot of young creatives from like the African background.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of people come to me like, yo, Salomon, I want to get into modeling, but I'm not sure how they want to take me because we hear it's like it can be pretty the racism can be pretty high in this industry. I'm like, but have you tried? Yeah. So a lot of times, Africans, I'm talking to you, people from African background, our people, they will limit themselves of the opportunity before they even get their foot in the door. Like literally, you already know, oh, they're not gonna like my kind here. Let me retract back. Let me just hold on that creativity or whatever that idea is or whatever passion you have. Like they're holding it in because like, oh, they're not gonna be accepted. I think it's a mentality that should change because I feel like today, like Australia is just, people are very educated now. Like people know. Like different, they study about different backgrounds now. They know about different people. Like the employees are gonna hire the best. Either way, especially in the modeling industry. I think there's casting. The casting project. We did our casting. I did a casting in was that probably it was June? Yeah, it was in June. I had 150 models over there, and I picked 33 models. And you're being picked by different. The way people pick models is very different. It can be, yes, you have a great walk. Your height plays a factor. And that also depends on the sizes that the samples are. People don't know this. Your height and your weight, it does play a big part. And so that depends on the sample sizes as well. And also we can have 4 models, that look exactly the same. And then all of them, they walk up. It was great. They're all up there. But we don't want to book 4 models that are the same. I'd rather get someone else, like let's say out of 10, like if you were to rate these models. We have 4 models that are 10 out of 10, but they'll look the same. And there's another model there who is 7 out of 10, but they look different from this 4. This person is gonna get picked as well. So, and that I feel like, but we even with music, a lot it's in the art industry. Like just do it. Literally, just do it. I'm talking about now. I'm looking like I look like I work for Nike. I don't work for Nike, bro. Just do it. I think just open yourself up. If you're creative, you're from the African background, open yourself up, and let the world to see what you have to say, and what you have to say is within your work. So if you're gonna be a model, let your skills in front of a camera show that, and it's your skills that's gonna get you the jobs. It's your voice. If you're an artist, it's your voice that gets you the job. It's your creativity. Don't let the whole like, oh man, they're not gonna appreciate me on here. Like, no, man. Like, man, I've always been in rooms where I'm like the one black guy there. Like people, but it don't matter. This is Australia. Australia's there's more. The percentage of black people here is so small. And it shouldn't even fucking matter that it's so small. Even it's like, you want this, you gotta be here. You want to be a musician, go to this event. Go meet people in your industry. You want to any industry, just go there. Like, what do you have to lose? Nothing. Yeah, I think.
Yeah. But I think like with the energy you have, like people aren't sitting there thinking he's African, he's different to me. Like you just fit in, you just find a way.
100%. But like that's true. Also, I'm a big extrovert. But it doesn't mean that I never thought about this before as well. I mean, when I started,
So
I was
some challenges. With
yeah. I mean, I was a bit shy as well. When you're young, when you see a teenager, you still have a bit of fear. Like maybe they might not accept me. Maybe, but then you go to these places and you meet some of the most wonderful people, the most inspiring people, the most friendliest people. So how do you know if you've never been in that room? So it's one of those situations. But I think I understand the mindset and understand the fear, because there's a lot of people that still have that mentality. It's like, it's why people that they might judge you this way because you're because of this, because of, but it's cool. People are more loving than we think. We think. So I think if you have a talent, you have a skill, you have the drive, just go for it. I mean, there's always going to be, not saying that it's perfect everywhere, but racism can be found everywhere you go. So it shouldn't be the thing that stops you from reaching your higher self. It's the thing that, just got to drive. If you love something long enough, if you love something enough, then that small fear shouldn't be the thing that blocks you from reaching it.
It's just like any other hypothetical excuse, kind of. Like maybe you might not do it because it might make you broke. Like you could be scared of anything. It's kind of just another one of those things, right?
100%.
Stopping it.
100%. Yeah.
What is interesting is the hat you're wearing right now. But what I do want to get into is how many hats you actually wear when it comes to being a designer. So, right, you mentioned you do casting. Like with a normal fashion show, there's got to be 20 to 30 people at any, like from a small scale event, you maybe have 5. On a big scale event, you might have like 30 to 50 people running a whole show, right?
Oh, yeah.
How many roles do you think you're actually doing when you're, because it's all your own operation, right?
Nah.
How much help do you have?
See, during the planning process, I think I never think so much about the people that come in that can bring in to assist with that and that. I'll get a videographer, photographer, that will be there. But most of it, I never think so much because it's something that I need to fix. But it's like, because I can do that. So I don't think too much about having these places filled as well.
Right.
So I found myself in like the last show, found ourselves in a situation where we needed as much as hands-on as possible, but we had like the 3 people backstage. Well, there's like 30 models, so that also made the waiting time for the show to start to go to be like 2 hours when it should have been like a 30-minute job.
Maybe it's not that each thing is really hard, it's just doing it all at once. It's just too much.
No, but it's see, that's the beauty of when things go wrong, because you're able to look at it and digest it, like in depth, because you want to know where, because your brain, every time you want to find solution, where do we go wrong? So when you're asking yourself where do you go wrong, you're okay, we pick this topic here, and then we go break it down. It's like, where do we go wrong? But most of it, it's like not big, not position that need like big. It's just there's so much happening at once, and you can't do it all by yourself. So, but it's interesting though. Yeah.
I think in a way it's kind of lucky you're learning these lessons at a young age, because imagine doing this like in your 30s or.
Man, I wouldn't be able
it's
to.
Like way more pressure.
It'd be way more pressure. I think I feel like in a good way, it's like these are happening now to get out of the way, because like from now on forward, it's trying to reach higher. Yeah. And such things shouldn't happen again. So, but I am grateful for just being able to put a show together. I'm grateful for that.
I think that's just an achievement, whether it even worked out or not. And like, to have people show up, to pay, you know.
100%. But
to do the thing.
To
Like,
do
so
the
many
thing,
people
yeah.
don't do the thing.
Like, I'm grateful for it, but I'm just being grateful and saying that now and actually say it, you actually mean it, that you're actually grateful. Because most of the time, I'm not, I wouldn't say like I'm grateful, I wouldn't say that I'm not. It's just that I'm not satisfied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm never satisfied, but I'm grateful to the fact that we can put it together and also have the biggest learning lesson from it. I think that is the most important part, the learning lesson.
Yeah.
Because you got to fuck up to learn those hard lessons. And some of this, if you just require, a bigger fuck up for you to switch on to another level.
Yeah.
So I think now, to a level that I'm switched on now, I think it is a win. It is a win out of a loss.
Yeah.
And no, I'm looking forward to see what's gonna be next.
Yeah.
I mean, now I'm still dealing with the event.
Yeah, you're still not finished.
It's not finished yet.
Still,
This
it was a while ago.
yeah, this happened in
Yeah.
the show was on the 8th, I think the 8th of July.
Yeah.
And
been some time.
so now, like, after the show, so I was in so much debt, like crazy. Like, I'm still paying it off. Like, it's not gonna be done this year, but that's the expenses that
Expensive lesson.
very
lessons.
expensive lesson.
But then you take
I
it
have
more
to take
seriously. Yeah.
Yeah, but but people don't know about that. People, they don't need to know,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's my job for me to provide a seamless, a smooth event that they don't have to worry about anything that happens after, but a good time, an after party, whatever.
Yeah.
But we're learning and we're here, and we're still young enough to. I don't know. I was gonna say we're young enough to make more mistakes, but I don't want to make any mistakes. But you know what I mean. But it's never gonna be perfect.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're learning now. It's never gonna be perfect. So.
But it's like, it kind of seems like that's what you want. You're never satisfied, but it seems like you want to keep chasing the next thing so that you can't be satisfied. Like I've always said, one of my biggest fears is complacency. It seems like you don't want to get to the point where you're just resting on your laurels kind of thing.
No.
It's always on to the next thing, which is...
You do sort of need that attitude to like make high quality stuff and like keep pushing yourself.
Especially if you're getting hate. Like, if people are like giving you negative feedback, then... Or just, people are coming at you for any part of it, then you need to...
If anything, like fashion, everyone's watching every detail. You can't really hide much with fashion.
100%.
You really can't.
Yeah.
There's other crafts you can
You know
hide a
what?
little bit more.
I am very judgmental with fashion.
Yeah.
Extremely judgmental.
So you know what other people are thinking when they watch your stuff.
like, I don't know. See, I think the reason why I was, even before the show, why I was already in a very bad space mentally, because I am very judgmental. I know what people want to look at.
Yeah.
And I know everything people want to look at is not going to be right.
Yeah.
So for me...
Did you have like many people in the audience that are in the industry?
A lot
Or
of people in the
There was a
industry.
lot?
A lot of people in
So
the
you had a
industry.
lot to prove.
There's always a lot to prove, but I think also like, because I wanted this to be my last show in the city, in this city that I've been half of my life.
Yeah.
I wanted to live in a very good, positive, vibrant note. That's why I wanted to make the show as big as possible.
Yeah.
Cast as many models as possible, which give them jobs. Literally give them jobs. It's a part of the whole thing. I mean, that's what I was doing full time, a model. I think for me, I wanted to feel that sense of pride as well. I'm like, yo, I have done this for the city. You know what I mean? So I brought people together to create this amazing event. But that didn't go quite like I planned it to be.
Yeah.
But it's part of what it was, But the intention was not to produce a bogus ass show. It was to actually produce a moment for the people to come together, celebrate creativity, fashion.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted. And that was the dream. That was the goal. That was the goal. Not even a dream. It's a goal. And came so close. But it shouldn't mean that we have to start dreaming smaller.
Yeah.
But it's only it's a moment to digest and reflect in the times and fix things for the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I want to know though, like, because a lot of those people that did get upset are people that you respect a lot, and they, but vice versa. So like, do you think you can mend those relationships? And
see, I want those relationships to be fixed, but I'm not in control of everyone's emotions.
you can't force.
I can't be in charge of everyone's emotions. But what I did for myself was that I understood where they're coming from, and
That's important.
Yeah, I take time to understand where they're coming from, and because I think when people were trying to reach me, even you tried to reach me as well. I couldn't get in contact with anyone. Like from the state of mind that I was in, I couldn't do anything. Like literally nothing. Just in bed, like doing nothing. With which is bad because like you're just there doing nothing by your thoughts that are running in over and over. Yeah. Couldn't do anything, but
basically break up.
Yeah, basically, I hate that I love me. Nah, those relationships I understand, but I also know it's gonna take time. Yeah. I was gonna be like, oh, maybe gotta give everyone a call, but I'm like, that's okay, it's all right. Yeah. I'm not gonna do that. I didn't. I've messaged a couple of people. Yeah. There's people that haven't messaged yet until now. But it's not out of pity or anything at all. Most of it just I don't know how to. Yeah. Because I already know, even before they'll text me, I already knew how important they meant to me. I just didn't know how to. I think I struggle delivering bad news. Yeah. Like I don't know how to do that properly. Like I don't know because like I feel like people that I work with they there's a sense of like they trust me. Yeah. So we trust. We have a deadline. This, and now it doesn't happen. I'm like, oh, what do they think of me? So having that guilt already built within myself as well. Yeah. And I think for the people as well, I just didn't know. I had nothing to promise. Like I can do things here by this day. I didn't know what the fuck was. I didn't know what to do with me. So it was a very interesting time. But I think those relationships, with time, things will be fine. But like if it's not, it's all good. It's all good. I've made peace with it. I've learned to make peace within myself. Mm-hmm. I first had to learn to make peace with myself because that's the most important relationship you can have. Because like, if I keep hating this person, then what is this person going to give to the world? If I already, it's going to be coming from a place of hate. Yeah. So I have to make peace with me so I can make peace with everyone else. I'm like, I understand. Yeah. Like, it's easy to be, oh, how could you say that about me? Like, I wouldn't do that to, it's okay. It's all right. I understand. I see where you're coming from. And
you could have like moved to the countryside, become a farmer, and everything.
No. I think like
said,
like
for me.
But for everyone that I've had a chance to have a conversation with, we hear their side, their my side. There's a mutual understanding there, slightly of some sort. Like I think it's not necessarily a matter of making people forgive you for what you try to do. Which is like this big event you try to do. Now I gotta apologize for creating this event that I was creating, not just for me, but for the whole city. People wanted me to apologize for that. It's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Which is, I was sorry for things going wrong, but not everything was in my control. But like, I only wanted this event to be this big for you. Yeah. Because we all get out of it. We all get it. Because Brisbane's gonna rise, but. And then everything was completely the opposite, from how things went. But I'm grateful for how things went. I think, as much as I hate to say this, I feel like this was one of the best things that's ever happened to me.
That's really good. Yeah. Most people can't say that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it made you just look at yourself in a totally different way.
100%.
Yeah, it sounds like you've got a lot of self-reflection.
Yeah. Oh, a lot.
As someone who's super confident, maybe you didn't look deep inside sometimes, Maybe did you just sort of think you had everything sorted out kind of, and then this has been a bit of an awakening. But like with that, it's very clear. I just want to say like it's clear that your heart's in the right place with it. So I think even anyone that you have or haven't spoken to, anyone that may feel some kind of way against you, I just hope that they kind of realize within time that it was no like malintent by you. It was you wanted to do the right thing. That's pretty obvious.
That and like creativity, like creative jobs, like people really put their heart into stuff, and like when it doesn't work out, it can be pretty devastating compared to like other jobs, normal jobs people don't really care as much about.
Yeah, it sucks being creative sometimes.
It does.
Sometimes I wish I could just like be a plumber or something.
Yeah, actually, sorry, man. We didn't get what. So you're a videographer.
Yeah, so we do like half the business each. Pretty much the same thing he does, I do. Yeah, but been doing it probably just like a little bit longer. Yeah, I don't know, man. I could give you my whole history if you want. But
Yeah, man.
We don't have time.
yeah,
Maybe the autobiography.
no, I
There will
mean,
be
kind
one.
of, yeah. There's a few episodes where I've like dove into it a little bit, but yeah, man, just like I was kind of at the point where I came over here with the intention to do like the real creative thing, make movies, that sort of thing, and then I got for about 4 or 5 years got stuck into the corporate life of doing like an office job. It was always behind a camera, so doing photos and videos for corporate things, but it just wasn't really what I wanted. So then, moved into this, and I've started doing this full time, and it's just, I don't know, super fulfilling. Like,
Yeah. Would you ever go back to doing films?
yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to get into the film and television industry. Like,
Yeah.
I'd love to. A big dream of mine was, I don't know if you know Spike Jonze, the director. But he made like, he started off making skateboard videos. I used to be a skater, so I love that. Then he did music videos, and then he moved into movies. He actually did, I'm rewatching Jackass right now, and he directed all the Jackass TV shows and movies, and then he started doing like actual big production movies. So like that's a career trajectory I'd love to follow. But even then, someone like Childish Gambino, Donald Glover, like he's killing it. Doing like being a comedian, being a TV writer, being an actor, a singer, like he's got all of it too.
It's crazy.
But so yeah, I like.
Can you sing?
No, maybe with a bit of autotune. Maybe I could just be the ad lib guy in the back, just going, yeah.
Yeah. What's up?
Yeah.
How about what's your favorite movie?
Damn, favorite movie. It's tough to say. I say like the most influential movies to me. Her is actually a Spike Jonze one. The one, have you seen that, Her, where he sort of like falls in love with his, like it's kind of like,
It's like a skateboard.
With AI.
no, like it's like a phone
AI
kind of
girlfriend.
thing, like an AI girlfriend.
Oh, for
basically.
real?
Yeah.
True.
It's the future, basically.
Yeah. There's another one called The Master, which is kind of about Scientology, but not about Scientology. That's not why I like it though. And then another one is called The Tree of Life, which is just like really visual, basically. It's just
Lot
like
of
a
artsy
visual.
movies.
Yeah.
How about you? What's your top 3?
Man, I don't know. I don't even watch movies anymore. I had my days. You know, in high school, I watched so many movies that like everything would remind me of a movie. Like I would look at a car and it would remind me of a scene. I would look at the sky.
When I first moved over here, like there would be people would be telling me like tragic stories that have happened in their life, and all I'm thinking is, "Fuck, that'd make a good movie." And it's like, no. So I started feeling, I felt like I needed to get like a little bit removed from it, so that I wasn't just like thinking of everything as a story, you know? Because then it gets me thinking too. Like
for sure.
If someone comes in and they're like, "Oh, this person said this," I'm like, "What if they actually meant this?" You know? So it's
I stopped watching it because like I stopped living in reality for a while. It's pretty sad.
I don't think I got that deep.
I fully had no idea what I was doing. But
So would you
I'm
get
really
back into it though? Would you make movies now? Or you're out of that?
Yeah, I definitely would. I really like documentaries, but yeah, movies as well. I just would want to make like pretty stylized and interesting, like non-Hollywood sort of style stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing with the big productions. Like, I don't know if you've seen too much about big sets, but like, there's just a lot of sitting around doing nothing.
There's a lot. I was on set on the Elvis Presley.
I knew you were going to say that. Everyone we speak to
yeah, yeah. Baz Luhrmann is just good. You know, it's crazy because I
Do you know
love
a singer/DJ named Zarb by any chance? He was there. Zarb.
Zab. That sounds familiar.
I can't remember his actual name.
Zab. Sounds familiar.
But I know he was
There's
on
like
that set.
thousands of people on that.
Yeah.
Zab. The set was it's crazy. But I think it was very inspiring, man. Like,
Yeah.
Just the level of
Production on that.
production.
Well, he's really into his costumes too, right? So he must have been pretty impressed by that.
Oh, 100%. See,
Would you do costumes for a movie?
I would. Yeah. It's something
Like a period piece, like an
like
old-
fashion is a gateway of me. It's my foot in the door of
Anywhere.
through all art mediums.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love see the
Is that where you'd love to take it? You'd love to collaborate with other artists in other fields, or?
I love to create different kind of art medium. See, 2021, the Lost Hand was a fashion show / art exhibition. So it was from fashion. I had about 5, I think, big paintings, and I had the video that played before the show started was like 2-minute video, short film. It's I might show you guys later, but it's beautiful. So I think different ways to tell a story, because like as you remember, as from what I said before, I write before we create.
Yeah.
First immerse yourself in the story that you're trying to tell, and there's just different ways you can tell that story. So I think being a creative and being able to tell stories in so many different ways, I think that's a luxury.
I think you could do some really experimental, like short films based on just.
I want
designs
to.
of
Come on,
stuff.
guys, let's work.
Yeah,
Let's-
I'd love to.
honestly, like,
Yeah.
I love
Like stuff that doesn't even have people talking. Kind
I
of thing,
came up
just
with
like
this
really
little idea
abstract.
the other day
Yeah.
when we were together of you like wearing.
Well,
really-
do you want to give it away to the internet or?
Should we make it first?
Yeah.
Go on.
Alright, we'll leave a cliffhanger there. We'll make it. And then,
Yeah, we'll make it. We'll drop it. Watch this space. No, I think that'd be awesome. There's, like you said, there's just, I think that needs to happen more collaboration within the different kinds of arts. Like
Yeah.
having live installations at fashion shows. I think that's amazing. Like
Amazing.
there's even my girlfriend showed me something how there was like some crazy dress where it was actually like a hologram, and this thing went like down them and actually like projected the dress on them as it was.
Oh, that's
she shows me some
crazy.
crazy stuff. man.
AI is
Like,
definitely going to play a big part in the fashion.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
at some point
Yeah.
soon.
Like what kind of things like AI or materials? What else are you keen to introduce into your work? Like to make
man.
it really
AI
crazy.
scares me. AI scares
me
me.
too.
So that's what
Me
scares you. That's
Yeah.
that's what intimidates you.
We finally found
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. If AI doesn't scare you, like I'm surprised because
Oh, yeah.
the way it's moving, it's crazy.
But you don't think it can be a friend to fashion?
Sorry?
You don't think it can be a friend to fashion?
Oh, it definitely is. It definitely will be. But I think there's just there's so much beauty in the. I mean, I sketch, man. I sketch. There's beauty about bringing something from here to the pen.
That's what the movie needs to be. It needs to be the sketch turning into the actual thing. Yeah. Let's get it done.
100%.
Yeah.
You see, like the human experience, man. Like I think everything we do here, it's the human experience. We're trying to. Everything is a human experience. Like from the bads, the goods, it's all the human experience. You know what I mean? It's how we react to things. Yeah. Something happened to you. Something happened to all of us here. Yeah? Let's say, God forbid, something happens to this building. Let's say, a comet from the sky fell. You know, we all got badly injured. We all go. You see, he's gonna go home and tell the story slightly different to how you do it and how you do it.
Yeah.
He's gonna feel the pain slightly different. He's gonna handle the pain different for all of us. So I think when I say the human experience, what makes this thing so beautiful, it's like we all take things so differently.
Yeah.
That's because of our past and how conditioning.
Yeah.
So see before, yeah, like when you're a kid, you're young. Let's say you're 8 years old. Let's say 10 years old, 12 years old. You see some some guy, let's say mid-30s. He's like homeless or something. And you're like, the first thing you're like, oh, this guy fucked up. You know what I mean? It's like it's, oh shit. But you still feel empathy for them, but. You see someone goes to jail. Someone goes in jail. He's a convict. He like, that person is a bad person. See, now that we are adult, you know, we understand how some of these things happen.
Yeah.
We understand that a person can be pushed to this level that they can actually commit such thing, or this can happen. So I think the human experience, what makes it so interesting is like anything can happen at any given moment. And like that can be the course for the new direction. It's like in any TV show, something can happen, and that would be like where the focus is going to be. So I think, that's what I think. Like creating like, especially with videography, I think is like fucking amazing. You could actually show that, you know, I
See
think
the process.
But like
the
you're
human
sort of saying
experience.
as well that you don't know where your fashion's going to go exactly. You don't have like a clear plan. You're willing to like go with the flow a little bit.
I think it's important to be open with it though. That's what I was getting from what you were saying is like, because we don't know how it's going to go, look for the inspiration everywhere because like it could be something different, something that it's like, there's certain genres of music I like now that I didn't like when I was a kid. It's sort of like whatever's changed in my world has made me now appreciate this.
100%. I think, but what I was saying more about that, the human experience, that I think with writing movies and short stories, like, it can be anything. The story can go anywhere.
Yeah.
The story, there's just so much space to explore. But like in terms of like, even we don't truly know exactly what's gonna happen next. I want my career to go up in fashion. It's gonna go up in fashion. But I don't know exactly the steps, how it's gonna take. It's a lot of ups and downs. I thought this collection was gonna be the one to like take me up, you know. But it also became a big setback. that is not so much of a setback because
Yeah.
I grew up here,
Yeah.
then I grew up in finances or anything else. So I
I
think
think
that's what makes it interesting.
if you ask most people who are really successful, did you know how? The exact journey, most of them would say no. Like,
I think
everything
that's it.
changes.
I think everyone can kind of have an idea of the destination, but if you think you've planned how the journey's going to go, like I said, I thought I was
Yeah.
going to come here and make movies, and
Yeah.
like I may still get there, but the journey's way different than what I thought it was going to be.
100%.
If you're too strong on those ideas,
Yeah.
like you will close your mind to other stuff. So
Exactly.
this is good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Damn, this has been deep.
Yeah.
I'm keen to listen back to this one when it releases. It's been a good chat. Like,
Yeah.
It's been amazing, man.
yeah, no, you're truly inspirational. Like, I love your energy, and it's
Yeah.
like I said as well. Just I think people, if anyone's got anything against you, I think they'll realize that it's coming from a place of love and a place of
Yeah.
wanting to do the right thing. So
I like the Airbnb thing as well, because I always think that's like something you would do in Europe or
Yeah.
some like beautiful little town in Spain. But
I know the Liberty Boy Innocent does that.
They do that
He
as-
goes away from
yeah.
time to time,
It's
just like
definitely
goes
something to do
goes
in
to the
Australia.
bush. Yeah,
It's just so
especially in Brisbane. You might miss that in Melbourne. There isn't really like you can't drive an hour to the Gold Coast and an hour to the Sunshine Coast. You kind of gotta.
I'm sure you'll fly up.
Where's
sometime.
like nature in there, Melbourne? Is there beautiful?
There's a Great Ocean Road, which is stunning.
How long of a drive
No,
is that?
Victoria is actually really beautiful. It just doesn't have like as many cool cities around. Yeah.
There's like
kinda like-
mountains and that sort of thing.
Yeah, there's everything.
Interesting.
There's you can go skiing.
Yeah, true. Yeah, snow's there.
Snow. I've
Yeah.
never seen snow, hey.
Yeah, you get to go skiing.
Right now.
Yeah.
Well, man, any parting words before we leave for the night?
Oh, not really, yeah.
I feel like you've said it all.
Covered a lot.
Have yourself, I guess.
Yeah.
What's the most like corny or cliche thing? Advice?
yeah. Or what's the best piece of advice you've been given?
Oh, man, that's a good question. Best piece of advice. I don't know, hey. That's
Go around. What's yours?
what's yours? Yeah,
Man.
yeah.
Well, I know. I've got mine. Don't let anything stick. So the good days, the bad days, don't let it stick, because
Actually good.
if something really shit happens, you might be sad for 3 days. If something really good happens, you might be happy for 3 days. At the end of the day, the feeling goes away. So don't let it stick. Whether it's the best thing that's happened to you, like feel it, but let it go through you. That's ever since I heard that. And also do things in 15-minute time chunks. When someone said that to me, I used to like do my day in like 30-minute time chunks. So say if I got here at 6:15 tonight or 6:10,
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, we'll start at 6:30. Instead, no, 6:15. For some reason, it just makes it seem like there's more time in your day.
True. That's actually good. I'm learning right now.
It's just like a little mental thing.
Yeah.
That, ever since that happened. But go on, what do you
I
got?
don't know, just a random thought I had, but it's like this saying, like, when your attitude is right, the facts don't count. So
Say it again.
When your attitude is right, the facts don't count.
One more time, louder.
Shit. Okay. Nah,
When the attitude is right, the facts don't count.
because what you think are facts are just people's opinions.
Yep.
That's true.
So most of the limitations are just things people make up. They're not really the truth.
It's kind of
With
like what I was
anything,
saying before.
yeah.
People make excuses for themselves.
Mm.
Yeah, and that's also something you mentioned with being African as well. It's like,
Mm.
you don't use that as an excuse.
Yeah. The best advice I've ever gotten. To be honest, I don't know. Like, I can't think of anything right now.
Yeah. What's the worst advice?
But the best advice I can give anyone, I think, is to love yourself enough to be patient. Love yourself enough to be patient with yourself. I think that's definitely a virtue that we don't look at the most. Like when be patient. People need to be patient.
That's
with
easy to
themselves.
say. How do people
it
do that?
is
Like when they're
easy.
really
It's
feeling
not-
shit about themselves.
It's the hardest. I think
Get
it's
off
one of the
social
hardest
media.
things.
Stop comparing yourself to other people.
Get to the
Like,
gym.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Yeah.
just
Work
do,
out.
do what makes you happy.
Yeah.
Do what
Yeah.
makes
Do
you
what
happy.
makes you happy. Because we all have our different timings, different lives.
Yeah.
Do anything, be patient with yourself.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's my top.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Really
Powerful.
good advice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Beautiful.
Do you love yourself, Logan?
I do.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think I actually always have, because my mum said you can't love anyone else until you love yourself.
Yeah.
Just like you said, if you've got hateful energy, you're just going to
Yeah.
give out hateful energy.
What about like you shouldn't be in a relationship until you're happy being single too?
Yeah, 100%. I think you need to be comfortable being alone. It's a common thing that people like just jump from relationship to relationship and
Yeah.
never actually find the right one. So I think there's elements of that. But anyway, we are signing off the Dojo Media
Signing
Show.
off
We'd like to thank Marty and Catalog Music for this awesome venue that we shoot in every week.
Love this.
How good is it?
place. It's crazy.
And a huge thank you to our lovely guest, Salomon.
Nah,
We
thank
look forward to your future and all the best in moving to Melbourne, man.
Nah, thank you for having me. It's been a blessing to be out here and talk shit. Nah, it's been a blessing to have the platform to speak our minds. I think as creatives, there's so much within ourselves that we keep to ourselves. So sometimes it's good to let some stuff out. So thank you.
I hope you've emptied your chest a little bit.
Keen to see what you're up to a few years from now.
Let's find out. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what you guys are gonna be doing.
We'll stay in touch, man. We'll make that movie.
100%.
Yeah.
Oi, Hollywood.
You watch out.
Watch out.
Awesome. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.